kayaking, and a fitness walk. Please support MBCC's goals toward breast cancer prevention by registering or making a pledge today at mbcc.org/swim.
Take a deep breath. How do we get here? How did we get here? It's incontrovertible and undeniable that we are here. Didn't we get the feedback, the memo? You take a deep breath. What if the rich said, I'm going to give it all up. I'm going to flip the script. It's a funny story. It's a tantric, ahimsic, akashic, artistic, shamanistic, synesthetic, sangha. You wonder, can you take a walk? Do the loop. We are several and we are severed. Hereafter and we're upon. We sermonize, semi-constipated, but never mind, that's the snippet. Only once upon a time does that happen like that. 3 times a charm. If it hadn't have been there, it wouldn't have been evacuated. It's a guided meditation, a harmonic convergence. We are the sestina of 666. And it's very good to be a bagel bard in the bardo. Lloyd Schwartz was a luminary on Saturday. A minor luminary with big charisma, NPR. And Denise Provost was their public representative, nice person. You take a deep breath, don't take a pay cut, and don't pay any attention to him. It was said, look how he's dressed. You impress the teacher by talking down somebody else, my friend Stephen. It takes a deep breath for the long-winded, on the shortcut, largely, bigly, kofefe. You take a deep breath, you have it your way, you do it your way. Thanks for not calling too early, she said. But what is too early, he said. Cut to the chase. Cut to the bone from the ligament and the cartilages and the fat. You take a deep breath. You slow the mo. Interiority is the thing. The dilemma, the koan is this. How do you get to Eureka from here? Or paradise? Or bountiful? It's a trip to bountiful. Really, to be here, you have to know what and know where. And now here, you do you. And it's drivel, bird by bird. What order the sestina? 666. It's medicinal, the homeostasis and peristalsis. Follow it through. The traffic on Twitter is all sestinas and haikus. Mantras, really. Neuromnemonics, you take a deep breath. 144 characters, then double it. Not fair, you say. Storms at sea. Kafka in a kaftan for the caliphate. And Kathleen in Nairobi. You take a deep breath. Stay informed. Stay informed. Virtually form-fitted. It's retrofitted. And survival of the socially Darwinian fittest. Outfitted inside out. Naked truculence, truculence really, is truthicity in alt-white Trump time. And it's brutal, savage, corporate, a body blow, back to the retro future. You take a deep breath, it's Sistina 666. Extinction 2112 is corn-fed, high fructose, glucose, sucrose, counterfeited, Splendor, stevia, Nokia, AI. You take a deep breath. Olestra, it's a counterfact for the counterfuture. And the conflictivity is complacent with Coke 1% master narrative official story. Or so suggests Ding Dong Doug, who was Horowitz, but now is a beholder and a believer. You take a deep breath. Next time Lloyd the Llama is a tulku for Trump time and a Dalai Rinpoche. You take a deep breath. Shakespearean skepticism manifests in sonnets. The differences that make a difference are all in sixes. 6 sigma, 6 degrees of separation, 6 degrees centigrade. Extinction 2112. The Sistina 666 seals it with SEAL Team 6 and 6 degrees C and 6 sigma and 6G. Extinction 2112 is a big thing, bigly kofeve. It's a big subject, like law or love or loss or lubricating. You take a deep breath, you lubricate the levels. But us 36 are taking the piss out of Extinction 2112, and it's scary. I know. So you make it a fantasy, you make it a funny story, you make it what you can make it. And there it goes, another robocall. But so it goes. So you make it fun, you make it mark to market. You make it grace notes, you take a deep breath. You get your acoustic redemption from the white noise and the way we go and where we go and where we go and why it all happens and how it all happens. So it goes. You take a deep breath. We are the ones we await. How goes it? Who are you? Where are you coming from? Why are you here? What are you doing? How is this? Can you take a joke? Can you tolerate the pleasure? Insert yourself, lubricate the levels. We are the ones we await. So you make fun of it. Take the piss out of it. Market to market. You take a deep breath. You've got your grace notes and your how-to stories. But so it goes. We are the ones we await. But so it goes. The birthday bird song is going on. And we come to how we come. And there we are. So it goes. The bird song and the humpback whales and the placebo. What if enlightenment is the end game? What if it's a perfect storm and it wasn't personal, like a Twitter feed or an Instagram? You take a deep breath, or a tetragrammaton. You take a deep breath, you do it differently. Old man, don't throw away your crutches. It's incoherent for the moment. It's broken backed. The ice is broken. Like with Marlene at Great Eastern and her lying like she lied. See it the next time she lied to me. And Whole Foods, Amazon, trying to repair their relationship with small farms. Did you read it in the Globe today? It's a jungle out there, and Amazon's in it. It's an asphalt jungle with asinine arms and arses. LIBOR rated, ISDA fixated. We are the ones we await. We are 2.0, just like that. Therapize me. Theorize the game. It's a game theory and it's zero sum. We are the ones we await. I apologize. We 36 apologize for what we understand to be the ending of civilization as we know it. Soil is eroding as we speak, depleting, deracinating. Slow it down, you say. And you're right, of course. But how else can we do this but fast and furious? We are the ones we await. Sistina 666. Toda, for not being a stranger, for not being stung. We 36 mobilize us self with Emmanuel Macron and the Macronistas and the neoliberals. You take a deep breath. Summers are hard sometimes, but you can summon Ash or Pokemon Go. The AI and the CRISPR-Cas will get you, if not Scott Peterson at Parkland or Billy Buckner at first base. You take a deep breath, you go the distance, you play the hand you've been dealt. It's a game theory. It's a prisoner's dilemma. You take a deep breath, you go the whole 9 yards in whole cloth. And you got La La Land, Linda Land in spandex. And it's not hot. It's not that. Picture it. Take a deep breath. You got your great eye things and your old men and your end times. Who can't get it up now? Who ain't turned on now? Stop in at the letter of the law and Order 17, neoliberal white noise. No, you don't take it to the Atlantic or to Atlanta. It takes an old person and ideas and shopaholics. You've got addiction space and it's B-, and besides that, Mrs. Lincoln, did you stick around after the intermission? You take a deep breath. You are the one who is the Messiah of the mainstream, of Menschlichkeit, of the Mamaloshen. Yibanish is the thing in Afghani, Ifagenya, Ifyani. Grolier Books owner died, and there were poems, last two lines, hackneyed and hagiographic. You take a deep breath. We are the ones we await. It's 1491. It's 9:10. It's 11:59:59. And epideath goes deep, deeper, deepest. It's obituarial. It's poetastic. It's podcast. It's enjambment. It's iambic pentameter and dactylic hexameter all rolled into one. It's Sestina 666. What if only once and for all, you know the score, and it's a zero-sum game. This time only the neuronemonics is all the time in the world which you have. How many breaths is that? How will it play out? At the Fillmore East or West or in Fibonacci series, 720 verses for all the permutations of the sestina, proliferated, permutated, peristaltic 2.0. You take a deep breath. You know how to read and how to retreat. You know your ghazals and your pantoums, your sonnets in the obituary. You take a deep breath. To chaifor, deflated and deflate gate, gate, parasamgate, bodhi swaha. Neti, neo-Nazi narcissism is what we got in the White House for precedence. And in the Oxid Ocean and vasopresence, we've got the tantric orgasmic reality enlightenment. So take a deep breath and act as if you're securitized, AAA, subprime securitized. We are the ones we await. LIBOR rated is the fixated. OCD and PTSD in the NDE and the OBE. Raymond Moody and Moody Blues. It's a stairway to heaven, and we are the ones we await. Sestina 666 is deeply karmic for soulmates, but at arm's length through screens and iPads and pods and tablets in the tabernacle of the temple. Demonstrate that you know me intimately, because you're setting in motions forces that you know you won't be able to control, and who may not act as you would inside. If you were inside out, you were a rogue nation and its precedents. You take a deep breath. Be accountable. Take responsibility for what you unleash. We are the ones we await. Us 36, know the gnosis. We understand. But do you remember? La, 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 I can hear you. Take a deep breath. It's come to this, to Mithridates. You take a deep breath. You've got the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold. How incensed are we at Emmanuel Macron and how he was exercised. It felt so bad, so intrusive to have the death police investigate whether I was decomposing in my bed, deconstructed from the live state. We're connected for sure, I won't deny it. I appreciate your axioms and your assumptions and your Godelian conclusions. You asked for what you got and it continues. That surprises me in a way. That you suggested we could be friends. Frenemies sounds better, more like it, more like the truthicity of eugenicity. We are better for Al, et al, and AI. As he continues to navigate and circumlocute and unveil his navel for a gazing look at naked middles. It's the middle way, you know, in whole cloth. Let's think this through. If the shoe fits, and if the shoe were on the other foot, both and neither and beyond. If you were walking a mile in my shoes, déjà vu, déjà vu. It's a room with a view and a roomy vieux. And Rilke and Reich and Ida Rolf, to get Rolf is hard. And it's a hard Brexit with Boris Johnson, his Johnson. You take a deep breath. It's a staring contest. It's Axelrod. You take a deep breath. We are the ones we await. And this isn't the first time. You circle around the stupa practicing intention and intuition. I can do this today is what you hope and what you guess. And job number one is tongue-linning the rage. We are the ones we await. The numbers don't lie. Do the numbers. Interpreters lie, though, and after the numbers are done, they spin them, and the counterspin between the lines is different. It's a Fibonacci sestina with 720 verses, and we'll go on and on until they stop us. And the last 3 lines are other. You take a deep breath. The Coke 1% master narrative official story is almost over, or so say the deconstructivists and the deflategators and the Jubilee craft workers with their positive affirmations of albedo and albinos and backstorians. You take a deep breath. You're eyeless in Mysore and Gaza too. Us 36 know the K-dramas and the soap operas and the scutoid soap sudden enlightenment of K-pop. Take a deep breath. It's Joseph K with K-pop, and KD is no longer Golden and Medina, and John Berger's G. I'd like to reread that. You take a deep breath. The machers have been knockers and knockers and knickknacks and knickerbockers and blokes, the black blokes. You take a deep breath. Schwarze, please, Dayenu. ESL in pidgin patois. Patriotism, patriarchy, and peristalsis are our program. Take a deep breath. You've got the full Dayenu special attention going on with Ildri and Bob Ginn, who were my mentors. This is what's made me what I am, toothless, old man with tooth fairy. Take a deep breath. I can't even fight with him all over me. It's the Sabbath. I'm taking it off. Take a deep breath. We are the ones we await to farm the forms of pharma and be loyal to who we are and its orthography and enjambment and pentimiento and palimpsest and the silences. Take a deep breath.
Massachusetts Breast Cancer Coalition is dedicated to preventing environmental causes of